we both spent a considerable amount of time in the service industry, and I worked
I'm so glad that joke has fallen by the wayside.
I mean, I did it 1,000 times. People know it too much, but I had a joke for a long time. I played. I was in an episode of Law and Order SVU or Blue Bloods. All sorts of shows. I played Ice-T's waiter. So to prepare for the role, I actually became a waiter for 12 years. Now, this is early on. This is one of my year one jokes for sure, because I'm a big Daniel Day-Lewis fan, so that's just where my mind went.
Sure, yeah,
and
sure.
Boy, Douglas did not like it. Douglas did not
because
like
it's
it.
not
I think there were a number of us that were offended by it. I think
it's offensive. As someone who actually did work in the service industry for 12 years, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, bud, you didn't. Life has just been a fucking string of green lights for you.
Yeah.
You don't know what it feels like. Yeah, and also, I'm just gonna say this out there: if you've waited tables like you did it during the summer as like a summer job, or you did it
in high
as
school,
like a kid,
yeah,
in high school,
yeah.
Shut your mouth.
No.
You have no
you gotta
idea
be
what it feels like.
Deep into your 30s. And
down and out.
And you're doing it. Yeah, you're doing it.
Down and out. You need to have stood right in front of the door and been like,
You need to have had
and then
hundreds and hundreds of patrons treat you like shit and ask you what you really want to do with your life, or like weird. People are so weird to service industry.
Oh, God.
It's crazy.
And when they're hungry, they are at their worst.
Yes.
That's the thing, is people are there and they're hungry, and there is nothing worse than a hungry human being. Truly.
Or a traveling hungry human. I mean, like if you're in New York, tourist hungry human being.
Yes.
So I worked one summer at a restaurant called Bamboulet.
And you sang.
Well, okay, so Bamboulet, I worked 2 restaurants. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this. And then, the other one was called Mimi's, and then they changed it to Stars with a Z. And that was the singing restaurant that I did. Let me just say this. You're right. I lie in most of my stand-up. I actually have a great relationship with my father. And I did it enough to appreciate servers and go, oh, you should be nice. And, I think my father, who did plenty of tough jobs, but he never was a server, and it shows. There's just certain people where you're like, even if you do it, I don't want to claim, I don't want to do stolen valor, but I did work it enough to be like, oh, be nice to your server. This job is tough, and everyone should at least have that, for sure.
100%. And I would never take that away from you. You are very considerate.
So to prepare for the role, I actually became a waiter for 1 month when I was 16, so it doesn't really count.
The caveat to that,
I tried it.
The caveat to that,
time,
if you've not refilled Gianmarco's coffee, he will not be a pleasant person to serve. He'll be like, he drinks coffee like it's a shot, like it's. I mean, it's too much coffee, Gianmarco. There's no reason you should have 9 cups of coffee in one brunch. Like, it's too much,
I said to Tovah before this, I said, hey, I'm about to do the Patreon. Is there any chance at some point could you bring me a refill of coffee during the Patreon? So I do remember my favorite moment, because I knew Douglas hated this joke. And one time I was opening up a set at UCB, and I did the joke, and I looked at him, and I gave him a big old wink in the middle of the show.
Oh my god! But I
wasn't...
can't help but love you, because you're very charming, and when you wink, it's very cute. So
sometimes I do it too. Like, I'll do a show, and I'm like, "That's your 3rd wink in a 5-minute set. You gotta cool your jets."
Yeah, cool.
We get it. You can close one eye at a time. But not only did you were you working in the trenches, if there's one area and one restaurant that you go,
yes,
you served in the World War II on the battlefields of Berlin. You were in Times Square. You worked at Bubba Gump's shrimp, right?
Bubba Gump Shrimp Company. I like to call it the Fallujah of waiting tables. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad out there.
Now I've been there once. I went there in maybe my 8th grade New York trip. Like I went there where it was
probably.
like, oh, cool. This is from Forrest Gump, and there's a ping pong table, and so I went there like where it was cool. I wouldn't go there now unless it was a bit.
It was never cool, Gianmarco. It was always what it is. It's just you were in 8th grade. Do you know what I mean?
You don't think there was like the opening night and Tom Hanks went and it was like
he's really stayed away from it actually. Apparently he's not into it. He's not into it.
Describe it to people who've never been to Bubba Gump's Shrimp Company.
Okay. Have you ever been to hell? Well, it turns out hell has license plates on the walls and like plaques that say like "Mama's always said, eat your food or shut your mouth." Like those kind of like don't talk to me before I had my coffee. Like just things all over the walls. It's a huge restaurant. It's almost a city block, and you're walking around it all day, and just like Gianmarco, a whole class of students, that's like our wheelhouse. So sometimes 100 kids come in and we have to serve them all at once. And you can imagine they're not nice. They're not nice or respectful to the server. People, no one tips. No nationality, white people, people from the South, people from the North, no one tips.
All the races, white people, moving on.
All the races, nobody tips. If you're going to Bubba Gump Shrimp Company, we're getting dads who are on the last day of their New York City vacation, and they're just done.
And they never wanted to come.
Money.
They never wanted to come.
Never.
Their wife wanted to see a Broadway show, and they were like, ooh.
It feels like this is the kind of place that they could add an automatic gratuity, and people are so hustle bustle they just go fuck whatever. Because it's not like it's overpriced too, right?
Certainly, and we were allowed to put gratuity on tables of 6 or more, but for some reason not anything less. And so if the managers liked you. You got a good section that had a table, 3 tables that were all 6 tops. But if they hated you, you would have 3 2 tops, and you would sometimes I would make negative money. Sometimes I owed the restaurant money.
You got mugged at the end of the night?
I swear to God. So they had this thing called tip share, which was supposedly to pay the front of house. And so sometimes it wasn't based on your tips, it was based on a percentage of your sales. And so sometimes I owed the restaurant money. And by the way, this is extremely illegal, and there was a class action lawsuit, and 6 years later, I got a check for $5,000 in the mail. They were stealing from us. They were using that money to pay the back of house, which is very illegal.
Wait, so you would have a bad night where you'd make what, $0 or just like you'd make
$0? No, $0. Sometimes I would make.
You volunteered.
And
you volunteered.
You'd be crying. You'd be crying in the fridge in the back. You just it was the worst place on it.
Was there any hourly money at all? Is there $2.50 an hour, or what would you get? Minimum wage?
Oh, Oh, well, I'm sure you remember from all your waiting tables, Gianmarco, that server minimum wage is different, or at least it was different than
No, by the way,
regular minimum wage.
I do remember. We only got paid like it was like I believe like $2.50, where you're like,
Yes.
I mean, truly mind-boggling shit.
Yeah, totally. So it was like I think it was like $3 or $4 an hour. But sometimes that would, that certainly, like, it would be eaten up by taxes. So I'd never get a check. I only,
If I
got the
lost
tips.
money, I do think I would start yelling at someone. Did you
And
ever?
we did.
You did. You
Oh,
did.
absolutely.
Because
Oh, absolutely.
did they need you in the sense of like? Because I worked at LOL. Let me just say that working at LOL Comedy Club in Times Square, it had flavors of this. I certainly didn't make money.
100%. 100%.
And there were moments where you were like, oh, they need me. They need me tonight. Like, they don't have someone who can do what I need. And I should have taken advantage of that. I didn't have the wherewithal to be like, hey, if you want me to stay, give me some money. But you were just, like, you were there for how long were you at Bubba Gump's?
I was there for 5 years. I got caught in a trap.
You're listening to The Downside
The Downside.
with Gianmarco Soresi.